guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is going to be all about their next move towards you. So we're going to begin the reading with a person A, person B type of spread. We'll look at the energy dynamics between the two of you and kind of how each of you might be feeling or operating within this connection. And then we will move into looking at what this person's next move towards you might be. So we have 3 readings to choose from today. For reading number 1, we have this rose quartz. For reading number 2, we have this tiger's eye. And for reading number 3, we have this red jasper. So as usual, take as much time as you need to select your reading. If you do feel called to more than one of these readings, you can certainly check out whichever ones you feel called to. I will have your timestamps down below in the description box. I'm going to go ahead and jump in with reading number 1, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, number 1, if you were drawn to this rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be looking at what the person on your mind's next move might be toward you. So we're actually going to begin, like I was saying in the intro, with a person A, person B spread. You might find that you are resonating with some of the energies on both sides of the spread. That would be totally normal and probably suggest that the two of you are mirroring each other. So don't be surprised if you see yourself in both sides of this equation, but you'll probably most likely feel more drawn to and more called to one side. So let's first look at person A. So for person A, we have fire. And for person B, we have water. That's kind of interesting because this deck actually only has 4 elemental cards in it. So it's funny that 2 of them would come up for you. And we will use a tea leaf card to see what the energy between the two of you is. And we have broken rings. So this card says parting of the ways in either romance or business. So we will put that there as kind of the energy that is resonating between the two of you in this connection. So there might be some space between the two of you right now with this broken ring card. This card can even represent divorce or separation. It can be a total ending of a relationship. So for some of you, this could be a relationship that ended with some kind of official breakup. There might have been a big fight or a disagreement or an official parting of ways in this connection. But for others of you, this broken ring really indicates that there is some sort of distance between you, even if it's not an official breakup, even if there hasn't been some very definite communication about this connection ending, there seems to be distance between you. So this could be physical distance, it could be emotional distance, it even could be, in some cases, interference from others. And I'm also picking up on that for some of you, this is about a difference of opinion. So this is almost like, for me, this is representing a wedge of some sort. Like there might be some kind of wedge between the two of you in this connection, whether it's a full-blown separation or if it's just something that you're not seeing eye to eye about. Probably different views on how this situation should be handled or how some situation in your connection should be handled. This feels to me like something that both of you are aware of. Whatever kind of situation it is, it's like both of you are aware of it, even if you're not communicating about it. So let's look at these dynamics here. So for person A, we have fire, and for person B, we have water. One of you may be a fire sign, so this fire card could be representing one of you in this connection. You could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. The other person with this water card might be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It doesn't have to be that these are your actual sun signs. These can be other kind of elemental pieces that are represented heavily in your chart. This can also be kind of the energy that you are embodying, displaying, or acting in accordance with in this union, in this connection. Let's look at this water energy first. I just feel pulled towards this water energy. So This water energy here is about unimpeded flow. It's about emotions that are able to flow freely and smoothly without interruption. It's also about a cycle. So this is kind of a cyclical feeling we have with this water card. Very flowy energy, very emotional energy. So person B is leading with emotion in this connection. They might be showing more emotion. They might be more emotionally mature. They might kind of take that lead in this connection. This shows me someone who is able to feel and express emotion. I won't say easily, because it can still be a challenge even for someone that is emotionally mature enough to be able to express. It's not that it's easy necessarily, but I think this person is probably more willing to express when it comes to emotion. Now, person A is someone who's leading with their passion in this connection. So this is someone who really needs to believe in things more logically and understand them from a logical perspective. And the other person in this connection, person B, seems to kind of feel their way through things. I feel like when things feel right to person B, or they know, they kind of will have a sense of knowing things, or they'll make decisions based on a feeling, if that makes sense. I feel like the two of you understand each other. Like, you do have different ways of processing information, and one person is maybe a little bit more logical in terms of how they approach this connection. It's not that person B isn't logical, but in terms of how they approach this connection, one might be more logically minded, the other one might be a little bit more emotional and kind of feel their way through things. But what I'm seeing about this connection is that the two of you seem to understand each other. Like, you seem to understand the strength that each of you brings to this connection. Like, there are ways that you are different. There are ways that you approach situations differently, but it's like you kind of dig that about each other. You kind of like it. This person gives you a different perspective. You're able to provide that for them as well. And you see the value in how they approach things and how they approach this relationship. I think in a lot of ways, these differences are the things that you love and appreciate the most about each other. But on the other hand, those differences can be the source of some tension sometimes. They can be the source of actual arguments, even breakups. So if this connection is in full separation, it wouldn't surprise me if this is because of a difference of opinion when it comes to how the two of you look at a situation or approach a situation, what the best course of action seem to be to one of you or the other. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And it's almost like some of these same things that might have drawn you to this person, some of the same things that made this work so well, or made you see that there was a future here, there was something you wanted to pursue, could have ultimately been the reason that this broken ring is here. Kind of the reason behind the separation, or the reason behind the misunderstanding or the argument, depending on what phase this relationship is in. But it's just really interesting energy, because I do think that this is a matter of, like, those things I love the most about you are those things that at some times get on my nerves. The level of detrimental energy that could cause will vary, but it's like, you know, it's a double-edged sword. I'll say it like that. I'm also hearing one runs hot, the other runs cold. So this is kind of pointing out more differences between the two of you. This could refer to literal body temperature for some of you. Like, one of you is always freezing and the other one is hot, or is perfectly comfortable while the other one is freezing. That's kind of a funny thing for your guides to bring up, but it might resonate for some of you. This can also refer to temperament. So this can be that maybe one person in this connection, I'm leaning more towards Person A might be the person that has kind of a short fuse with this fire energy here. One person in this connection might be somebody that's more likely to lose their temper or kind of need to be calmed down. And I feel like that's something that your differences, it's a strength. It's a strength in the relationship that it's like you balance each other out. One can kind of calm the energy of the other, and the other can maybe sometimes bring in a little bit more fire, a little bit more passion, a little more excitement. So it's a way that your differences work for you. And these are, again, the same differences that I think you've noticed can work against you sometimes too. This also kind of speaks to me as like one of you might be more prone to anxious feelings while the other one has a more calm kind of temperament or something like that. But yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it's like the same stuff that works great and that helps this relationship flow well, and even some of the things that you love about it, is the stuff that you can end up fighting about or not seeing eye to eye about in this connection. So that's interesting energy. I would be curious to know if this connection is in any sort of full-blown separation, or is this just maybe an argument, maybe a little bit of a fight or a disagreement that you're looking to get over, and you want to know like what this person's energy is going to be like coming towards you in the future. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's look at some oracle cards and see what's going to be going on in this connection. What is this person's next move towards you? Okay, we had two cards flip out. I was only going to take one, but we'll take both of these. I might need to move this down so that we can accommodate this additional card, but let's look at this. So we have Yang or Yang, and this is card 1 in this deck. I like that energy of 1. It makes me think of kind of like the energy of the Ace. It's sort of, there's a newness, there's a new energy there. And we have number 37, Never Ending Story. Well, this person definitely doesn't think that things are over between the two of you. So if this is a connection that has fully broken off, or if you're concerned about that, you might not even, I don't know how open you are to this person coming back into your life or reaching out to you, but I can tell you for sure they don't think that it is over. Even if this isn't a situation where there's been a breakup, this kind of shows me that this person expects to see you again. They expect to communicate with you again. It could be that the two of you already have plans in place, like you might have something scheduled where you know the two of you are going to be in the same place. You know you're going to see this person. There might be kind of like a plan, a date on the calendar. That could be where this energy is coming from, because they know for sure that they have something scheduled with you. It just feels like they are expectant in some way. They may even know of an upcoming event or gathering. It could be a party. It could be some kind of social situation where friends get together. They might know of a situation where they will see you, like something that's coming up and they expect to see you there. And this can even be something that you don't know that they're going to be there too. So this this expectant energy might really be coming purely from their end of things, and this might be because they are expecting to see you and you have no idea. So this could be a bit of a surprise to you. Whatever the circumstances are, they don't think it's over, plain and simple. And for some of you, this could be because you've just started kind of like talking to this person or interacting with this person. So this energy could be that they are excited about seeing you again. They're looking forward to the next time they see you again. With this Yang energy, this is very active energy. This is the energy that pursues. I love having that fiery, passionate energy right next to this fire element card. So it just kind of reiterates that that heat that we were getting at the beginning of the reading. And again, I was really drawn to the fact that this is card 1. This fire card is card 10. So this is really giving me the energy of the start of something new, the start of some sort of new cycle. This can be because the relationship is brand new. It can also be because there's the energy of the two of you kind of coming back together, maybe mending this broken ring. So there is a newness to that too, a new beginning. I feel like this person, I'm really sure that this person doesn't want to be passive towards you. There is some sort of action that they want to take with this yang energy coming out like this. Even if this person has taken a more passive role in the past, that's not what they want to do. They want to come at you with a very forward moving energy. They want to be expressive. They want to move towards you in a way that I want to say would be undeniable, which is maybe a little bit weird, but it's like, I think this person can sometimes feel like their intentions get misunderstood or misconstrued, and they can kind of look back at what they've done and think, well, I can understand how someone might not understand what I meant by that, or how I was feeling. So that could be where that energy is coming from. They want to make moves towards you that feel sure and definite, something that can't be misinterpreted, something that is very obvious. They want to be overt about the next steps that they take towards you. Yeah, I do. I feel like, because it's like they don't want to play an idle role in this connection. And I feel like saying anymore. Like when I say that, it's like they don't want to play an idle role anymore. So there might be history here. This person could have played a more idle role in the past, and they're looking to kind of drop that. It could be that you have come to a point in your relationship where they've taken on this more passive role, maybe not communicating as much or something like that, and they want to kind of reverse that energy. For those of you that this is a brand new connection, I feel like this might be someone who they feel like they're not being very straightforward with their feelings. Like if they have strong feelings developing, they're maybe not saying it all. They're feeling a little bit shy. They're holding back a little bit. They might be waiting for an opening or some kind of indication from you that it's okay for them to express these feelings to you. But they're kind of like building this energy behind the scenes of, the next time I'm around this person, I don't want to be that passive. I want to say something that makes this obvious, or I want to do something that that can actually create a change here. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So let's look at the tarot and see more about what this person's next move towards you might be. What is their next move toward number 1? What is their next move toward number 1? Okay. So we have the Two of Voices, actually came out in reverse. Interesting. That's the Two of Swords. The Chariot. There's that there's that energy that I was picking up on, kind of that fiery energy, which is really interesting. Let's see. We also have the Hanged Muse, so the Hanged Man in reverse. I want to pull one of these cards, and then we will look at all of this together. There's definitely a forward moving energy here. Okay. So we had this card come out. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again, I choose love. So let's look at the rest of this and kind of see how that ties in with the reading. Okay, there are so many messages coming through with this Two of Swords in reverse. So this could mean that this person is feeling or has felt like they're stuck in the middle of two competing sides. These competing sides can represent potentially you on one side and another party or another situation on the other side. So that could be that potentially for some of you, there might be, like I was talking about, maybe interference from an outside party with this broken ring. This could be a third party type of situation where there's someone else in this connection, maybe residuals hanging on from past relationships or something like that. This can also, it doesn't have to be a person that's on the other side of this. It can be a situation. It can be a job that's demanding. It can be distance between the two of you. It can be a lot of things, but it feels like this person might be caught between two opposing sides or between two potential choices or outcomes. This person can also feel caught in the middle of your view and their view when it comes to a certain matter or situation. If there is something that the two of you aren't seeing eye to eye on, it might be that they're kind of stuck in the middle thinking, should I approach this the way that makes sense to me, or should I maybe do a little bit more of what they're asking for? Is the answer somewhere in between? But regardless of what the issue is, the Two of Swords in reverse talks about a difficult situation, a difficult decision. It's kind of giving me the energy that this is a decision that's taken a long time for this person to make. It can also point to a decision that someone is not making. It kind of depends on your situation if this person's actually making progress with this or not, but it's like a decision that seemed like it had them stuck. It had them stumped is kind of what I want to say. They might have taken some time to think about it, think about how they can resolve this, think about how they can solve it, think about what could change in the situation that would make this better. And it's like they're coming up empty. So this is kind of, this is some energy that's in this connection. This is either what your person is currently going through, or this is something that's happened in the past. What it feels like to me with this is a decision that needs to be made intuitively, because it's almost like no amount of facts is going to help make this decision. It's funny that this Two of Voices came out right under the Fire card, because it was seeming to me like person A might be the person who tends to look at facts or kind of wants to know all the details about a situation because they have to believe in it logically. When they can believe something logically, they can utilize this passionate energy and they can move forward with it just full force. They can run towards the finish line. But when they can't believe in something logically, or they can't figure out the solution to a problem that's standing in their way, it can really inhibit that fiery, passionate energy, and it can keep them stuck. So it's really funny this Two of Voices comes out right underneath that card, because some sort of difficult choice or decision, some way that they weren't sure of how to solve a problem that might have arisen in this connection, or how to, I'm hearing that I'm kind of getting a little bit of a different interpretation for some of you where this connection is brand new. This is kind of giving me the feeling of like they don't know how to move towards you. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to break the ice. And it might have kept them feeling kind of stuck, like just frozen in place because they didn't know how to break the ice. I guess that that metaphor kind of works. They're just sort of frozen in place because they don't know what to do. But with the Two of Swords in reverse, this is something that needs to be felt through. This is something that needs to be worked through on an intuitive level, which is interesting because, again, we had that water energy and that's more of an intuitive energy. So it could be that this person is actually leaning on the strengths of person B, if this is person A that's in this predicament. But again, I'm seeing how the strengths that both of you have really play in, and it's like I think that person B could be helpful in this scenario if person A is stuck, you know? So if there is a separation here, it's kind of a shame because I feel like the two of you, there's something that screams teamwork to me, because I think your strengths are in different areas and the two of you combined is like, it's like, watch out. I kind of get like a power couple vibe, even if this isn't a romantic connection. It's just like the two of you work really well together for some reason. This really does feel like something that has to be felt through. Yeah, I think that this person might have struggled with this, and it also could be that this person excels in this situation if they are the water. So it just kind of depends on what's going on. This is a general read, but it depends on what side of the equation you're falling on. I can also see that for some of you in your connection, you might both be in this energy of not quite knowing what to do or waiting for the other one to give some sort of sign or signal so that you know how to approach this. So that could be the case. We have this Chariot energy here and the Hanged Muse in reverse. So that's the Hanged Man. So it's like this person is getting unstuck. This energy here of the Two of Voices in reverse feels like past energy for a lot of you. If it's not past energy yet, it's something that will be wrapping up. This feels like this person getting unstuck out of the situation that they couldn't find their way through. They either made a final decision or they're ready to move forward, or they're brainstorming ideas. I feel like brainstorming ideas is so appropriate for this person because this is what they would do. They would try to be logical about it. They might be brainstorming ways to get themselves out of a situation that was holding them back. So this energy is moving towards you with this, like this fiery energy, this yang energy, the Chariot, the Hanged Muse in reverse. Let's look at this card. I recognize that I've chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. I feel like this person has experienced a mindset shift and they don't want to let whatever it is that's been holding them back, even if this is just feelings of shyness or a little bit of like trepidation in approaching you. It's like they don't want to let this thing hold them back anymore. This is the sort of energy that I would expect to see if someone was about to reach out. Maybe about to call you out of the blue. This does feel like it might come a little bit out of the blue for some of you. Calling you out of the blue, sending you a message. This also feels like the energy of, like for some of you, this person might want to ask you out. I do feel like for a lot of you, there might have been another connection that this person was in. This could even be on your end. If they were in a previous connection and they were kind of waiting for things to settle down with that before they could approach you, this broken ring is telling me that the key was maybe the ending of that relationship or the ending of that situation that's going to bring this person forward. I feel like they always have had this passionate energy for you, this pull towards you, but there might have been something that was keeping them from acting on it. But seeing the Chariot, which is all about forward movement and momentum, seeing the Chariot, seeing the Hanged Man showing up in its reversed position, I feel like this person wants to throw away whatever kind of fear they had or whatever was stopping them and start operating from a place of truth and a place of connection. This shows me a move of some sort, in some direction, even if it's that they want to just become more flirtatious with you. That could be the energy that I'm getting, because it does feel like they don't want to hold back anymore. This feels like the kind of person that can come on kind of strong once they've decided that that's what they want to do. So I feel like for a lot of you, this energy has felt held back. If it felt like they're holding something back, or like at times you might even wonder if they're still interested. I feel like this is someone that as soon as like the way is clear, as soon as they've made up their mind that this is what they want to pursue, I just get the feeling that they're going to be approaching you very directly. So can we grab some messages from your person? We already have, you came closer than anyone. So I think you struck this person in a way. You kind of brought something out of them that might have been a little bit unexpected. And I do feel like with this fiery energy, even if you're resonating more as the fire, I feel like your energy is mirroring each other. We will be together again. That's the energy I had at the beginning of the reading. With these oracle cards, it just felt like they don't think this is over. They're not ready to let go of it. They're not ready to give up on it. Even if it's like they never had the courage to approach you. So you're kind of thinking this person's not going to make a move toward me. They're confident that there's going to be another opportunity for them to do it. They're not giving up on this. I was saying something about the fire. Okay, this fiery energy, I feel like the two of you might mirror each other on this fiery, passionate energy, and this, you came closer than anyone. It almost feels to me like this might be someone that people are afraid to get close to. They might be intimidating in some way, have a very strong presence or something. It's almost like people might be afraid to approach them sometimes, like getting so close they might get burned. So I just feel like, this person let you in. It's time for me to heal now. So this might have to do with, this might have to do with some connection that is repairing itself in this person's life. The reason that they feel, or they are working their way toward being able to feel like they can move forward, like they can step into this Chariot energy. Let's see. Get a few more messages from this person before we wrap up. I hide how deep my feelings are. Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about. Like, I feel like this person does not want to hide their feelings anymore. They're starting to see that if they don't speak up, if they don't tell you, if they aren't maybe a little bit obvious about it at times, if they don't step into that energy, it's hard to make this work. So they're definitely moving into a more, I don't want to say aggressive, but it's like a more forward moving energy. It's a more direct energy. It's a fiery energy. I get jealous when it comes to you. So this person has strong feelings. I'm still learning a lot about myself. I do feel that. I feel like this person kind of is learning and figured these things out about themselves, potentially during a time that the two of you weren't in communication. This connection makes them think. So they're learning a lot about how they've approached this, and what ways they needed to maybe be a little bit more direct. But this person wants to utilize this fiery energy when it comes to you. They want to move towards you. They will be making some sort of definite step. They want it to be something that's not left up to interpretation. They want you to be really sure about the fact that they want a stronger connection with you. They want to build something with you, or they want to repair something with you. So yeah, I think that's all the messages I see for you, number one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any part of it, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number two, if you were drawn to this tiger's eye, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what the person on your mind's next move might be towards you. So like I was saying in the intro, we're going to start this reading with a person A, person B spread, and we will look at the energy that's going on between the two of you. So let's begin with person A. So for person A, we have the Surrender card. For person B, we actually had two cards come out, so we will take both of them. So for person B, we have Purity, and we also have beginnings. And the energy between the two, we have chain. So this is chain of events that will affect your life. Okay, let's look at this energy. Let's start with person A. With person A in this connection, there are a few different ways that I could read this energy. First, it makes me think of someone who may have given up. This person might feel defeated in this connection or in life in general. So I'm kind of getting like a mixture of energy coming from this person. Like I think that there's a little bit more information here than just what's related to this connection. So there might be situations or circumstances, even people in their life that have impacted this connection in some way. Because this really could be kind of their general approach to life, this feeling of defeat or this feeling of surrendering. They may have walked away or withdrawn. Again, they could have walked away or withdrawn within this connection, but I feel like it's also important to say that this person may have withdrawn or pulled away from life in general. There is kind of a sadness here. It feels like the hope and the expectation was one thing, and then it turned out to be something else. So there might be some disappointment here. The issue I'm having with this energy is that I really can't tell if it is about this person's outlook when it comes to this connection specifically, or if it is a more general attitude in life. It really could be both. It could be that this is an attitude that they have applied to life in general, therefore it kind of spills over into this connection. It is their approach. So I feel like for this person, this could be stuff that happened in the past. This could be even referencing a past connection. If it doesn't apply directly to this connection, this can be a past relationship that didn't work out for them. It could even be a marriage. I'm feeling like for some of you, it could be that this relationship was very significant. Like maybe a relationship where there were children involved, or like I was saying, a marriage, something that was very serious, long-term committed relationship. It could be something like that. I also feel like this person might have kind of the feeling of life not working out for them. Just having this feeling of defeat. So I am picking up on that for person A. But there is a flip side to this energy, and actually both could be present at the same time. So on the flip side, I'm also picking up on the vibe that this is someone who may have surrendered to this connection. This is more a message that's coming through directly referring to this connection. And I do think that in some cases, that feeling of defeat or that feeling of things not working out in this person's life in the past is true. And it's something that they hold on to. But at the same time, when it comes to this connection, I feel like there might be this energy of surrendering to it, almost like bowing to its power or acknowledging the power that this connection has over them. It feels almost like acknowledging this connection's inevitability is how I want to put it. This is a highly intuitive person. This is someone who has had an intuitive knowing about this connection from day one. But there really is a mixture of energy here, a feeling of being defeated and also a feeling of willingly giving in. And it really might be that this person has felt both when it comes to this connection. Maybe has even felt both in life in general. But I feel like something about this connection might have woken this person up, might have opened their eyes to something new. And there might even have been a little bit of resistance toward it because it feels almost like, it feels like not wanting to accept how powerful this is or how pulled they feel. Like they've already accepted some kind of I want to say lower vibrational energy, which I'm not sure if that's exactly it. This is someone who may have accepted that life isn't always perfect, life isn't beautiful. You just have to kind of accept the way that things go for you. They may have found themselves falling into that energy, and I think this connection might have shaken that up for them. It might have made them think, oh, maybe things are a little bit different than I thought that they were. But it kind of feels to me like that might have been difficult for them to realize. It might still be difficult for them to realize and to accept, because they want to be in this energy of like, I give up, nothing works out for me, this sucks. And now something's working out for them. So I feel both of those energies. Really interesting energy coming from this person. But the fact that I can tell that this person is highly intuitive, I think that's what changed things for them. Because as much as they wanted to deny what they were seeing unfold in this connection based on previous experience, they wanted to deny this. They wanted to say it couldn't be this. These feelings couldn't be real. It can't be true, because things like this don't exist, and they certainly don't exist for me. They wanted to do that, but that heightened intuition is telling them there's something here. There's something right about this. There's something good here. So it's a little bit conflicting for them. But yeah, I see them almost like waving their flag, and it feels like they're kind of waving their flag at person B, or at this connection in general. Like, I give up, I give in. There's nothing I can do to fight this anymore. That's what it feels like to me. It's not even so much that they've given up on this connection. It's like they've given up on their want to deny the connection, or they see that they are powerless when it comes to this. It's too strong. They can't apply their old way of thinking to it. It just won't work. Yeah, let's look at person B. Person B is coming through with a very hopeful energy. This is someone who wants a fresh start. They want to start something new, or start something over with this purity, this beginnings. I feel like the energy here is that of being willing to wipe the slate clean and to start over, to forget the past, to welcome in the new. If this is a brand new relationship for you, this to me is kind of representing that excited feeling that you get when a relationship is just starting, and you're just so like thrilled and like overwhelmed by the possibilities that you could just burst. Like, this is that feeling of like you're giddy. It's a giddy feeling. Like you can't sleep, and when you do sleep, you just dream about the person that's on your mind, and they're the first thing you think about when you wake up. So it's that kind of new energy, whether the connection is new or not. There is a willingness here to get back to that place of newness, to kind of start things over. Let it be fresh. Let's forget about what has transpired in the past, in this relationship, or just in life in general. Let's forget about that. This person B, is more of that mindset. They can take that outlook a lot easier than I think it is for person A to do it. Although they are surrendering to it, it just feels like it might have been a little bit more of a struggle for them. Person B might also often reminisce about when this connection was brand new, when it felt like it was all fresh, and like before any problem cropped up, before there was any issue to be dealt with. So they might be in this energy of like, I remember how this felt. I know there's something good here. I remember the beginning. They might even often want to remind person A of how things were. Like, don't you remember what it was like when we first started talking to each other, or that first date we had, or whatever it is? Like, don't you remember that feeling? And isn't that significant? Shouldn't we look at that? That's kind of more the vibe that I'm getting from person B. I think that both person A and B, believe in this. That's for sure. They both believe in this. They have a different way of showing their belief because person A has intuitively known the entire time. That could be the same on both sides, but both sides, but it's like they've known the entire time. They might not have wanted to admit it to themselves, but they've known. And person B is willing to even start over, or is willing to see the possibilities of how this could grow and evolve. It's really clear with the energy between these people being the chain that both parties feel like this thing, whatever this is, happened for a reason. Meeting this person happened for a reason. Definitely. Definitely. It's almost like you could both be kind of retracing your steps, like retracing the steps that you took that brought you together. Realizing how much the meeting of this person or that thing that happened by chance has changed your life, or has the potential to change the direction of your life. I don't think that either of you truly thinks that this happened by accident. And I'm also getting a connected or bound energy in this connection. I feel like it might feel to you like something that you can't escape, like you can't escape each other, or like this person is always in your thoughts or something like that. There is kind of this chained feeling, this joined together feeling, this feeling that after the two of you came together, nothing will be the same. Like almost like you entered a new timeline at that point, or you stepped onto a new path, and now all events will be kind of based on the fact that this connection ever happened in the first place. Both parties in this recognize the intensity. They recognize the gravity of it. They recognize the importance of it, is kind of how that's coming through. So let's look at some oracle cards to see, just kind of get like a little bit of starting energy about what this person's next move towards you will be. Okay. What is this person's next move toward number 2? What is their next move? Okay. So we have this new life card, number 39. That's a lot. That's kind of an intense energy. Interesting because we have this energy here of purity and beginnings. So that's almost mirrored here. That could be something that the two of you are on the same page about, wanting to start over, wanting to wipe the slate clean, or wanting to embark on this new path together. I feel like this person might want to build a new life with you. They may have been working on their own, working like independently to create some kind of new scenario in their life. And they may want to fill you in on some of these changes. This could be a relationship or a connection that might require a new, require the start of a new life. It feels like for a lot of you, this person might be leaving an old life behind, or an old situation, in exchange for this new life with you. There might be a move involved here. There might be a relocation involved. It's funny because in the background of this chain card, this is like a globe. I honestly don't know if that's what is supposed to be depicted here, but behind this chain, I see a globe. So it's pulling in some of that like energy of the World card from the tarot. And it is making me think that there might be a need for relocation or closing the distance between the two of you in this connection, because it does feel like for one or both of you, pursuing this connection might mean really letting go of some old stuff, old patterns. It can be old, it can be old. I don't really want to say old because I feel like it's current, but it's like wherever you lived. So it's like letting go of your house, your apartment, letting go of your job, letting go of your familiar surroundings, selling your car. Like, I get that kind of vibe. Like, it might really be an energy of like, we gotta start over. We're gonna start a brand new life. It could be that the two of you are gonna relocate somewhere together, where neither one of you has lived before, and start something new. So for some of you, that's the energy that I'm picking up on. This is either the energy of planning, like they may casually mention, I feel like when this person approaches you next, they might casually mention making plans for the future, or the possibility of establishing something more solid between the two of you. Or this is the energy of sharing. So it might be that they have made a lot of changes in their life. They may have let go of old situations in their life, or come up with ways to make this connection flow better in some way. And they want to fill you in on what's been going on in their life. It's almost like they might have a new life now, and they want to tell you about that. So I do feel like the next time this person moves towards you, their next moves towards you are to communicate something about having this new life. Whether this is a want or a willingness to start a new life with you, or this is like, hey, I've changed my life. I've made these important changes, and I think this is going to help. This is going to change things for us. That's kind of the feeling I get. Let's look at some tarot. I feel like this person, the funny thing about this energy is I feel like this person's feelings are super deep, very strong, and like the amount of commitment that they want to express to you is a lot. It's very abundant. And I feel like this next time that they approach you, they might not be ready or willing to let you know where everything that they're talking to you about is coming from. And what I mean by that is they might be making plans about the future, trying to kind of test the waters, trying to feel things out with you, bringing things up like, so do you think you might, move, or well, my lease is expiring, so I'm thinking about where I might live next, or something like that. Like they're dropping hints is kind of how I feel for a lot of you. They're going to be dropping hints, and what's behind that is this desire to start something brand new with you, to kind of like solidify this in some way, take that next step in the connection. We have the Emperor. Yeah. Yeah. Even if they're not direct about it, or if it could be misconstrued, like maybe it feels like you're just catching up with the person and you don't realize they're actually kind of probing for information, or trying to give you information about their life and their situation without being too obvious about it. And for others of you, I feel like this person might come right out. They might come right out and let you know about how they want this to progress, how they want to begin anew with you. Okay, so this person's next move towards you, they're definitely going to approach you. They're coming towards you as the Emperor. Why do I get the feeling like they might be a little bossy too? I feel like this person might be a little bossy, or kind of have things figured out. Like they have their idea of how they want this to work. It's an assertive energy. I feel like this person's next move towards you will likely be very direct. It feels like they have a particular outcome in mind, and they'll want things to go their way. Like they'll want things to go according to however they've envisioned it in their mind. It could be that if there's some kind of disagreement or misunderstanding between the two of you, they're going to come across as like wanting things to be seen the way that they want it to be seen, wanting things to go in their kind of in their direction, if that makes sense. They'll want you to come over to their side. They'll want you to agree with them. it just feels like they want to be in charge in some way. But what's interesting about this is I also kind of get the feeling that this feeling of wanting to be in charge could be this person wanting to almost like swoop in and take charge of the situation, like sweeping you off your feet in some way. I also feel like this person may be asking you to come to wherever they are, to meet them on their turf, so to speak. So this Emperor energy is making me think that their next move towards you might be, it's funny, just even the way her arms are. I feel like they might want you to come to them, whatever that means. Come over to their place, come to their city, come to their... It could be their job. It doesn't have to be a big move, but I just feel like this person's going to be inviting you onto their turf, into their world in some way. They might be asking you out to like their favorite restaurant. Yeah, it can be that kind of vibe. So it could be anything from like, I want you to travel all the way to my country. Like if there's a lot of distance between the two of you, this person's going to bring up wanting you to come to them, and that can be just maybe over to their place, to their job, out to their favorite restaurant, someplace where they feel a little bit more in control, or like they're able to pamper you or treat you in some way. Really interesting energy, but it just feels like they want to take care of you. You know, for some of you, this could even be the energy of them asking you to move in with them. So obviously take that as it resonates, because you might not be at that stage in your relationship, but I feel like there's just this energy of like wanting to draw you toward them. They're being very assertive about it. They're being direct about what they want, but what they want is to bring you into their world, to bring you like kind of integrate this more into their life. And it really does feel like they want to have the final word or have the final say on a matter. They might even try to direct or control the conversation. I think ultimately they want the two of you to work together to reach this Nine of Cups energy that we have here. So that word work, though, that's kind of, it's interesting because, yeah, I do feel like there could be some energy of them wanting to work with you on this. But I say that word work very loosely because it might not be so much that the two of you need to work together unless there is a problem that needs to be solved. But it could be more that they want the two of you to be in harmony together. Maybe to hear each other out, maybe to communicate a little better, to share some ideas. So this could be, they want to have great conversation with you, or they want to have in-depth conversation with you. They might be in a place where they're looking for the two of you to learn some new things about each other, maybe get to know each other a little better. I just feel like this person wants to spend more time with you. I feel also like if they come across like they're a little too assertive, to be aware of where that's coming from, because it's really coming from a place of wanting to engage with you, wanting to be in the same space as you, maybe wanting to come across as someone who is very sure, someone who is in control, even if they don't always feel it. I'm going to pull another, just one more card that I did want to take a card from this deck and see what messages we get. Let's see. So we have, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Okay, I feel like that's that Emperor energy. It's about having clear direction. So if this person does come across as like pushy or insistent, or they really want you to come towards them, they really want to start something new, it's really because of some realization that they've had, and they've like this card says, realigned. So the direction's really clear to them. And I think this is someone who, when the direction's very clear, they're able to kind of make those moves. So I just feel like this person really wants to come across as super confident the next time that they approach you. They want to come across as someone who has a plan. Yeah. It's like some energy of wanting to explore, go deeper, gain some sort of new information. That's what's on this person's mind. Is this Nine of Cups energy, this Nine of Emotions. That's what's on their mind, and that's what's driving them. They want something, they want to like solidify something. I feel like there's something here. They recognize something in this connection, and it's almost like they're willing to risk it all for it. The risk might be tiny, the risk might be huge depending on your situation, but they see enough potential here that they're willing to take the risk. And when this person approaches you, that's why they want to come across as confident. They might even be asking you to kind of take a bit of a leap with them. So they want to appear like they know what they're doing. They want to appear confident about it. They want to have a solid plan in place, because it's almost like they're not going to get you to jump with them if they're not sure of the jump. So it also kind of feels to me, yeah, they want you to see them as someone who is worth your time. That's the most important part here about that confidence. They want to appear as someone who's worth your time. It's like they want to establish a situation too where they can spend more time around you. And I say it like that because if this is someone that you work with, because I'm kind of getting that vibe, like this could be somebody that you do work with, they might be changing their schedule around to create more of an opportunity to spend time with you. They're taking charge in some way. They're making some sort of decision. So their next move towards you might be something like that. It could even be something that you're unaware of, like that they switch their schedule around, and this can be their work schedule. Doesn't have to be. It can be, well, it can be their work schedule even if you don't work with them. They're moving things around to make more space, make more opportunity to start something new with you. And you might not even at first know all of the ways that they are kind of reconfiguring things in their life to make more space for this. Yeah, I get this definite feeling of like, this is all about creating more time with you. So this can be changing a schedule. It can be asking you out on a date. It can be kind of just hanging around more than usual. This can be someone that's like, they're just there, you know. I'm trying to think of a scenario to explain it, but you know, when you can kind of tell that somebody wants the conversation to go on, they kind of linger, they wait for another opportunity. It could be that kind of energy. This could even be the energy of them popping up to surprise you. They're gonna do whatever they can to start building towards this Nine of Cups energy with you, whatever that looks like in your in the stage of connection that you're at. But they have this desire to build something that's very fulfilling, something that feels very satisfying. And I feel like this is satisfaction on both sides. It's like they're doing this because it will make them feel emotionally fulfilled. And I think they know that it will make you feel emotionally fulfilled as well. But I feel this energy coming from them as if they've realized that emotional fulfillment, there's a connection here in this relationship. There's a connection between them and emotional fulfillment. There's a chain. So it's almost like this relationship, they feel that their emotional fulfillment is somehow dependent on this relationship. I dropped a card. Or that this relationship has the ability to provide a lot of that fulfillment. So let's look at your card. Okay, I think I have, what's going on here? I have a couple that flipped, so let's look at these. I replay our conversation over and over. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah, I feel that surrender energy coming through with that. I feel like this person sometimes can have doubts. They just feel like things don't work out for them. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Yeah, let's see what other messages we can get from my little homemade deck here. I miss our talks, and we also have I replay our conversations over and over. So this can be someone who's really just missing your presence and your company in their life, and they think about all of the things that the two of you had shared. I'm also picking up on, for some of you, this is someone that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to spend a whole lot of time around, and they just kind of like miss those little bits of time that they had with you. We have I can't imagine my future without you in it. And I don't want to let this go. I do think that this person's next move towards you will be one that is trying to establish something that's more emotional and more stable. And that there's a potential that it kind of takes them out of their comfort zone to do this. But they want to try to get things in order to create some sort of newness. They want to create this new life with you. So even if that's subtle things like just trying to figure out how the two of you can spend more time around each other, or how you can get closer to each other in terms of location or something like that. They do want to start something new. So yeah, I think that's all the messages I see for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this video, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 3, if you were drawn to this red jasper, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what the person on your mind's next move might be toward you. So as I said in the intro, we're going to start this reading with a person A, person B type of spread. We'll look at the two energies, and we'll look at the energy between the two of you. So you might find that you resonate with even some things on both sides of this equation, and that's usually because you and this person are mirroring each other. So don't be surprised if you can kind of resonate with some energy on both sides of this. But let's begin with person A. So for person A, we have this specialness card, card 52. For person B, we have adversity, card 33. Okay, and then we will use this tea leaf card to see what the energy between the two of you are, or is. So that is Quill. This says, get back to the basics. Interesting. Okay, we'll start over here with person A. So this specialness card really talks about shared goals. So right away, person A is coming through as someone who has really the best interests of this connection as a whole at heart. This person might even feel like a lot of the time they're doing all or most of the heavy lifting in this connection. Maybe even in a lot of relationships in this person's life, they feel like they're the ones that make most of the effort. They might feel like they're the only ones that have a clear intention for this connection or other connections in their life. So it feels like a very deliberate energy, a very thoughtful energy. I feel like this person wants this relationship to flow easily and harmoniously. Therefore, every action that they take, they're doing it for the highest good of the connection as a whole. They might feel like every decision that they make is in some way for the betterment of this connection. It's like this person is somewhere in there always considering how decisions that they make will affect this relationship. It feels like this person's playing for the team, not for the individual. That's not to say that person B is playing for the individual. We really haven't gotten to that energy yet. I'm just really tapping into person A's vibe here. And it feels like they want this connection to happen. They want this to work. They're willing to work. They do what they think is best. It almost feels like at times it can be like almost a burden. It's not anything that I'm picking up on this person. This person might not even recognize it as a burden, but it almost feels like they have to consider everything about where person B is, or how this connection might pan out before they can make any real decisions. Or they could have been in this place in the past where they felt like, I can't move, I can't go forward because I don't know what's happening with this connection yet. I'm thinking about maybe relocating, or I'm thinking about taking this job, or, you know, all of these things, or I'm thinking about maybe even exploring other connections, but I can't do that until I know where this stands. So I do feel like this person's always wanting to consider these things. They might be very considerate in the connection, always doing little things, or always thinking about this person, or something like that. Definitely team player here on in person A's energy. For person B, we have this adversity. Person B is in the process of some kind of glow up, is what it feels like to me. It feels like this is a glow up that, and I'm sure that any kind of evolution looks like this a lot of time, but this feels like something that doesn't always look glowy or look sparkly or pretty. But growth doesn't usually look pretty at first. I feel like this person might be going through some sort of transition that is a little bit raw, or especially to them is what I'm hearing. Especially to them. It might not even be obvious outwardly that they maybe are struggling with this. It's like they're growing, but the growth is a little bit painful. There are some growing pains here. And even if others can't recognize it, it's something that feels like it can get very messy to them. It feels like this is an evolution that can be trying at times. Yeah, this person is growing. I feel like this transformation that they're going through may have recently picked up speed, or things started to click in place for them, because this energy feels very raw to me. So it feels like something that that they're currently experiencing, or like they just experienced, or they are just experiencing an uptick in this energy. I feel like in some ways person B may be a couple of steps behind person A in terms of understanding this connection, or being willing to explore it. There's just this feeling that something has started to quicken for them, though. Their feelings might have taken a big leap recently, or it could be that their ability to understand their feelings has increased. But it does feel like person A might have been kind of the trailblazer in this situation. It's not that person B's feelings are weak and person A's feelings are strong. It's not that. It's the ability to understand, to interpret, to process, and to act in accordance with those feelings that I think person A is a little bit more experienced in that, a little bit more advanced. It comes more naturally to them. Person B is still going through this transformation. And I feel like this is one that they don't always think is the prettiest. Even though they're making massive leaps and bounds, they don't always like the process of transformation, which I think we could all relate to. But there is this feeling between the two of going back to basics, maybe starting something new, starting something over. This could be an indication that things are pretty lighthearted between the two of you right now. If this is brand new, it could be that you're just at that very beginning phase of this. So it does feel like you're in that back to basics energy. You might be keeping things casual right now, just getting to know each other, just those beginning stages. So we can interpret basics as that, like you're just going through those basic beginning stages of this. This could also show that the two of you are working to repair something, or that you're focused on the most foundational parts of your relationship, like putting something into place, establishing a deeper connection. It could even be working to build a stronger friendship. It could be like trying to get back to that level of just of being friends. But for some of you, there really is a feeling of starting over, maybe even reliving old memories or doing something that the two of you used to do together. This person might want to recreate a previous date that you went on or a previous experience that you had together. It feels like some sort of foundation being established between the two of you. So, of course, this varies depending on where you are in this relationship. This could be establishing that foundation for the first time, just establishing something between the two of you that this relationship can now rest upon and be built upon. But this can also be about kind of stripping away what has been built and starting something from the ground up, simplifying things, maybe not focusing so much on certain aspects of the relationship that were uncomfortable or that are not working right, and just getting back to those foundational elements when it comes to this connection. So let's start looking into what their next move towards you might be. And we're just going to look at an oracle card. I'm going to pull an oracle card to kind of get that beginning energy. Let's see. What is this person's next move toward number 3? Okay. We have number 47, go the distance. So, wow. I feel like this person's next move toward you might surprise you. You might even feel like it's a bit fast, or it's very sudden. It might come out of nowhere. If this is a new connection, it might seem that they are skipping some steps. Now, I think this is because of the depth of feeling that they have, but it might be that you might expect this person to come toward you, maybe even to pursue you, but you might expect them to do it in a certain way. Like they'll probably ask for my number. You might expect for it to be subtle, and this person might surprise you by actually going a lot, I want to say like going a lot harder, but like going a lot farther than you would have expected. They might be a little bit more direct. They might be wanting to progress things quicker than you expected them to. Like I was saying, it might feel like it comes out of nowhere, even if you're expecting it. And that's why I think it's a surprise, because when you're anticipating someone is going to make a move and they do, and it surprises you, then the move that they made wasn't quite what you thought it was going to be. I'm seeing someone who's showing a willingness to maybe take some sort of leap, or to try something new, try something in a new way, maybe even make a sacrifice of some kind. This also is kind of the energy of someone maybe going out on a limb and taking a chance. So this could be that they're unsure of your feelings for them, and they really have to step outside of their box, outside of their comfort zone to reach out to you, to connect with you. It feels like they are going to potentially be a little bit nervous about doing this. Like, maybe you haven't heard from this person in a long time, or maybe this is brand new, but it gives me this feeling of like, whoa, I'm really going out on a limb here, asking you out, or just calling you out of the blue. But it feels like a step that they want to take, like a step that they're ready to take that chance, kind of put themselves out there and see what happens. Even if this isn't a risk, that's kind of another message that's coming through. You might not view this as a risk. You could be waiting to hear from this person and you don't view it as a risk. Just know that there's an element of this that to them feels very risky. It feels like, whoa, I could be rejected here. I could be reading these signals all wrong. And it's like they still want to take this chance. It feels like this person has kind of a do or die energy now, almost like it's now or never. So they may be impulsive or act really quickly. For some of you, there might be some element of time involved here, timing. Like this person might feel like they're running out of time for whatever reason. It could be that they think that you might be involved or becoming involved with someone else. They think that you might be moving away somewhere and they're going to miss their opportunity. That's kind of the vibe that I get. Like they think that their opportunity might not be there for long. So they might sort of take this leap impulsively, just to try to secure something, just to try to solidify something, to get something out there so that you know where they're coming from, so that you know that they are in fact interested or that they want to move this forward. This feels like someone who's really eager to be around you. So this energy of going the distance might be that this is a person who wants to go out of their way to make you feel comfortable. They might want to go out of their way to connect with you. This could involve them traveling a long distance to see you. But it does feel like they're making some sort of effort, and something that you will definitely recognize as effort. I feel like it's something that might not only surprise you, but almost like wow you. It might be something that you think is out of character for them, or something that in past relationships of yours you haven't witnessed. You might not have witnessed someone kind of putting it all out there the way that this person is going to do, or taking a risk the way that this person is going to do. So I do feel like in some way this might wow you. Let's see. We're going to look at some tarot and just try to get a better idea of what this person's next move towards you will be. And I always drop cards. What is this person's next move toward number 3? Okay, we have the 10 of Materials, 10 of Pentacles. I love that. I love that 10 of Pentacles energy coming out after this Go the Distance card. We have the Star. And we will pull one more. What is their move toward number 3? We have Justice. Okay, one more Oracle deck. I just want to get one card from this deck. And then we can look at everything all together. Okay. So we have, I choose love no matter what. I feel like this energy is, it just goes so well with this Go the Distance. I feel like if there are obstacles here, this is a person who wants to kind of leap over those obstacles. They want to even put themselves in strenuous or uncomfortable situations to make this happen, because this feeling of choosing love no matter what is kind of, it's a feeling of eliminating obstacles. In some cases, maybe even ignoring obstacles. Putting their foot down about something, or making decisions, making changes that are necessary. So a very determined energy, which is what I get off of this Go the Distance card. This is a very determined and very fast moving energy. I love that the 10 of Materials came out right after this really fast moving energy. This is a very fiery energy. Like I was saying, could be impulsive energy. This person might make this move impulsively. But having the 10 of Materials, or the 10 of Pentacles, coming out right after it, it really shows me that there's stability behind the offer. So this person's next move towards you may seem impulsive. It might even seem out of character, or like it's coming out of the blue. But with this kind of energy, they mean it. Whatever this next thing is that they're going to do, they mean it. So it's not something that was just a spur of the moment idea and they're acting on it and they'll change their mind the next day. It doesn't feel like that kind of energy. There's a solid offer behind this, even if they act out of character to initially present this offer to you. I think that the intention here is for their future actions to match up with this energy that could have seemed impulsive. So they might even know that they're coming across as impulsive or really taking a chance, but at the same time they plan to prove it to you. Like they plan to prove that it is real with some form of stability or consistency. So even if this person has been flaky in the past, I wonder if that energy is past energy. They could have been impulsive or flaky in the past. They could have made promises and didn't quite follow through. Even if this is someone that you don't have that past experience with and you're not really sure how they will act in this connection going forward, they want to really prove and show you that this is something that has stability. This is something that's been well thought out. This is something that they want to build something off of it. So Ten of Pentacles energy is that of generations. It can sometimes represent generational wealth in this context. I just feel like it's like wanting to build something that will remain, something that will be established now and branch out and grow into the future. It's sort of like this tree that's planted here. It's like a tree of roses. Kind of an odd image. It's very beautiful, but it would be like planting a seed. They may have impulsively stuck the seed in the ground, but they had the intention of coming back day after day and watering it until it sprouted into something big and beautiful like this, something that's lasting. So I really do like that energy. They want this to grow into something that's solid and stable. And I feel like this is someone that might not always know or might not have always known how to go about that, but it feels like that's what they want and like that's what they are interested in trying to pursue or trying to prove to you at this point. They definitely want to accommodate you. They want to put you at the center of their focus with this Star card. Yeah, there is a feeling of them wanting to make you know kind of like how central you are to them, how much of an important figure you are in their life, something like that. They want to be accountable for their actions as well, for their feelings. So this might be a matter of a conversation. You know what? With this Quill card being the energy between the two of you, I can't help but think that they might be writing out their feelings or reaching out through text or a DM or something like that. Yeah, this person may be contacting you through some sort of messaging app or something like that. They might even write you a letter. It might be easier for them to express through writing. So that could happen. I'm getting really strong Libra and Aquarius energy for this group. I think air in general is strong for you, number 3, which is really interesting, but it feels... yeah, with this Star card, this Justice, the quill being a feather and really giving me air energy. So I do think that the element of air is super important here. And I think that getting your thoughts out on the table is going to be a large part of their next move towards you. So they might want to communicate and express something to you. They might want to hear from you too. I feel like they have a lot to say, but I feel like establishing that line of communication is what is most important. Like that's the next thing that they want to tackle here. Establishing that line of communication, letting you know how they feel, or laying the groundwork for being able to express. There's a pretty determined energy about this person. with the Go the Distance card and the I choose love no matter what. Very, very determined. So this person this person's going to want to let you know that they're willing to overcome obstacles. They're willing to jump over hurdles. They're willing to continue to grow. I think that this person has gone through a lot of growth, and they're willing to continue to do that. This really feels like a conversation to me. It feels like some much needed communication, and that it might be happening through some sort of messaging. But it's like what they want to tell you the most is, I'm willing to figure this out. I'm willing to see how we can make it work. I'm willing to even go out on a limb. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to come to you too. I feel like this might be the energy of someone traveling to you. Let's get a few messages from the Hidden Truth Oracle. This says, I left when I saw you with someone. So there might have been a little bit of worry. Oh, I think that's that feeling of missing the opportunity with you. I think that's what I was picking up on with this almost impulsive energy. Even if this person didn't literally see you with someone, which for some of you it could be that, and this might even have been a misunderstanding. This could have been like they saw a picture on social media, but it feels like in some way they have worried that they will miss the opportunity to be with you. And like they feel like they need to impulsively act, or they need to quickly fill you in on what's going on for them. And I just dropped your next card. This says, I wonder if you're happy without me. We'll pull one more. I think this person thinks about you a lot. You're on their mind a lot. So I feel like when they're in that energy of thinking about you, wondering what you're doing, wondering if you're thinking about them, it really does kind of come up for them. Like, oh, I wonder if you think about me ever. I wonder if you're happy, or are you just moving along with your life and not really that concerned with me. This card says, I wish I could share my good news with you. So there might be something this person really wants to talk to you about outside of this connection, especially if you are kind of like this person's go-to, or they might view you like that, like you're the person that they want to share good news with when something happens, or you know, if they're excited about something. That could be the case. Interesting, because we're talking about their next move towards you being really focused around communication, kind of letting you know something. So that could be the good news that they want to share with you. They want to share the transformation that they've gone through, or they want to share how they want to move forward. We have, I want to kiss you. What else? I see you in my dreams. Yeah. This person definitely thinks a lot about you. And if there is some sort of separation here, I feel like they miss you so much on all levels. They miss your voice. They miss hearing from you. They miss sharing ideas with you, getting your opinion, seeing your point of view. They miss the physical touch between the two of you as well. I want you to be mine. I feel like through these messages, we are hearing a lot of what this person wants to communicate with you. And I do think that their next move towards you will be centered around communication with all this air energy. And kind of like the idea of balancing things out with this Justice card. They might want to balance it out. They might want to bring more balance, especially if they are aware that you've given more to this connection than they have. I feel like it wasn't on purpose if they didn't give what they should have to this connection. It feels more like they gave what they were able to give at the moment, but now they're kind of thinking it wasn't quite enough. They might want to balance these scales out a little bit. And yeah, I just feel like communicating how they're feeling and where they want this to go is super important. Let's pull one more. Oh, yeah. We just got, there are things I'm not ready to tell you yet. So this can be current or past energy. This communication could be about expressing all those things that they weren't quite ready to tell you in the past. It could also be that even after this communication, it might take them a little bit to open up. I like this message of yet. It might be a matter of knowing how you're feeling about them or seeing how this connection is going to flow before they're ready to tell you. And I'm really picking up on the feeling that it's about how much they're feeling in this connection. Like they might be willing to express some of it or to come toward you in a way that really lets you know how they're feeling, but they might not be willing to put it into words yet. There might even be with this energy of like potentially them messaging you or something, it might be easier for them to communicate with you in some forms than in others. So maybe a face-to-face conversation about some things is really hard for them, makes them feel very awkward and uncomfortable, and it might be easier for them to write it all out. So really interesting energy here. I'd be really interested to see what this person's next move is, because I think it will surprise you. I think it will be, it will show a lot more effort than you may have come to expect from this person. Or that more effort than you have come to expect in your relationships in general. If it feels like you're always doing all the work, I think this person's going to show you that they're capable of doing some of that work too. So yeah, I think I will leave it there. Number 3, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this video, if any of these messages resonated with you, don't forget to like it. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.